My attempts at chase cuddling was hopefully short, as he had no hesitation asserting his own interests in his smooth snoot, gently inching under my jaw, nibbling at my neck as the soft stroke of his tongue licked my skin. My grip on his back grew tighter as I felt him move against me, pressing into my chest and delicately brushing my hand along his inner thigh. Rarf. You having fun with that one, aren't you? I am. I really am. Though it does still beg the question, why aren't you more into me? Believe me, I would like nothing more than to be with you right now. Into you, My cheek felt like they were on fire as I resisted my hands on Jax's side. Why was I holding back so much? He was making it so hard to keep my hands off of him. He turned a lighter shade of purple, his head turning to face mine. Those deep orange eyes looked into mine as I felt my own cheeks begin to flush. I felt him shift onto my lap, lifting myself upward until his lips pressed firmly against my own. His scales were still warm from the sun, almost hot to the touch, and glistened as he pressed more needfully against me. Those smooth fingertips trailed down my sides and over the small of my back as our tongues met within each other's mouths. The kiss from our last date had been warm and passionate. This one was needful, demanding, and adorably forward. There we go. My own hands found their way to the smooth curves of his rump, brushing over the fabric. There he picked out his uniform from work, the same outfit we'd first met in. I could feel the thin strip of fabric against my stomach as he arched his hips against me. Ooh, wow. Haven't felt like this in a long time, Zane. I'll take that as a compliment. Jax took my hand from around his middle with a hot flash of desperation on his face as he looked around the sparsely populated field. Quick, Zane, no one is watching. Jax, how could I say no? Dimly I was aware of something happening around us. Flashes of light and thunderous booms registered throughout the afterglow haze. At first I thought it was the instantaneous of our coupling, the blood pounding through my head as my body seemed to merge into pure heat with Jax's at the pinnacle of our pleasure. However, as we sunk into each other's arms embrace, we noticed the source of the distraction. The tents we had passed before had apparently been for some kind of festival. Once the sun had grown low enough, the eager participants had... Sorry. To shoot off fireworks in celebration of the two of us happy and Spence watched as the colors filled the sky above. Ha! Fireworks. I wanted our first time to be memorable, but timing delivered better than I planned. Both laughed, arms holding each other tightly as we laid back against the tree enjoying the show. Always a showman. It was well past dinner when we finally got up from the tree behind us. Only a few street lamp lights remained twinkling in the streets beyond the edge of the park. The fireworks had finally subdued, and the two of us begrudgingly admitted we should probably get dressed. We gathered our things and picked up the sprawled picnic basket kicked over in our enthusiastic romp, taking each other's hands as we made our way back down the trail towards the car. I'm not sure I'll be able to top this for our fourth date. Don't worry, I'm always available for any of your topping needs. It was worth the bad joke to see Jax turn a deep purple and squirm as we strolled past the oblivious fairgoers down to the parking lot below. I stifled a chuckle as he threw me a playful death glare before the both of us burst out laughing. Thank you for being here, for putting up with my outbursts, especially for. I guess with everything falling apart at the club, I think I was holding on to a lot of shit from Zach and doubting myself. We've all got that, Jax. We've just got to find a way to move past it. I was pretty overwhelmed when we first met too. I hadn't really been back in the game myself for long. You, on the other hand, were so together, so sure of yourself. It's why I wanted to get to know you better. I hope we have plenty of time for that, and the other more fun parts. I'm confident we will on both counts. I see no reason to stop now. Good, because the fourth date is all you, Zane. Let's see you try to do better than games in the park to fireworks. That's a bar! I'll let you tell everyone you thought of that if it makes you feel better. He punched me playfully on the shoulder, pausing only to slide the picnic basket into the back of the car. Once inside, he leaned over and gave me a small peck on the cheek, his hand falling to my thigh. With you around, I just might be able to get through this. I hope so. More dates like this and you'll have me thoroughly spoiled. Despite the joking, Zach's colors began to fade again. Eyes drifting to the window. My smile faded as well as I put the car into gear and pulled out of the space. Tomorrow I'm going to have to figure out what to do. I don't have a job to get up for, and my rent's not going to pay itself. We'll deal with it together fresh in the morning. Let's just hold on to today for a bit longer at least. He smiled, hugging my arm gently before settling back into his seat. The conversation drifted back to me, my job hunt, just the little things to keep him distracted. Yes, this is my stop. I don't suppose I could convince you to stay another night. I have a whole box of freezer waffles. I wanted to say yes and ride this to its end. Just pretend that life doesn't need to happen and just stay in the honeymoon phase forever. I moved to speak but smiled. He stopped me. But we have things to do first. We'll get everything settled and then the regular sleepovers. Those monogram towels can probably wait a while. It was a taste, but it hung there, tantalizing and just on the cusp of being real. It was a terrible idea just to hide out here with Jax with the both of us unemployed, but in that moment it didn't matter. We kissed one more time, enjoying the taste of each other, and for a few moments before Jax opened the door and gave me a parting wave. Tomorrow, bright and early, we'll fix our problems, and then we'll get to the good stuff. It's a date. Drive home was the hardest. It had been a roller coaster getting this far, and just driving away felt like I was tearing off a chunk of myself still. What we had was worth waiting for, and tomorrow was going to be another day worth waking up to. That potential would be enough to see me through the night, especially if I might get to see Jax again.